With the 20th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Seattle Seahawks select Jackson Njigba, wide receiver, Ohio State.
This hits you out cold. That touchdown was pure gold. Watch out for that beast mode. Them deep throws, straight masterpieces. Driving in the Emerald City.
Welcome to Three the Hard Way Sports Podcast. From three guys who talked sports together over lunch for over 10 years. Probably eating a Fudgy the Whale.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Three the Hard Way Sports Podcast. It's freezing here in New Jersey as we start this episode. I'm Bryan Galloway here from the super frozen tundra of Red Bank, New Jersey, Alex Shanley. You're back from Vermont, aren't you?
I am back from Vermont. I'm not in Red Bank.
Oh, you're not in Red Bank? You're in Rumson, New Jersey.
Yeah, there you go. No, but all's good. It's not cold because it's spring training, baby. Pitchers and catchers, Aaron Judge. It's baseball time.
And the Dodgers.
Yes. And from the parts unknown, where I just recently saw a poster of the Moondogs, we have Michael Pipersek. How are you, Michael?
I'm doing well. Today it was about 35 degrees, so it was like a spring day today. It's incredible how my resistance has changed. I walk out and it's 35 degrees. I'm thinking, what a warm, beautiful day.
Yeah, it's true. It doesn't take long.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so a couple of things, in sports world. So how do you want to start out today? Because there's a lot to talk about today. What's the most important thing on the Super Bowl? You want to talk about the Super Bowl? It probably is a big event. Big enough event that we need to talk about it, right?
Yeah.
So who wants to go first? Alex, go first.
I mean, it was predictable. I think, in my mind, it was going to not be a good game, and it wasn't a good game. I think Seattle was significantly better than the Patriots. And, I don't know about this injury with Drake May and what they said and what they didn't say and all that, but I don't think it would have mattered. I mean, Seattle basically did what they wanted to do. I mean, imagine if they finished in the red zone 3 more times, right? It would have been an absolute blowout. The kicker should have been the MVP. I think he put up all the points at the beginning of the game when the score mattered. Jason Myers, I think, was clutch. I think he set the record for Super Bowl field goals. And the defense for Seattle just, you just knew the Patriots weren't going to do anything until near the end of the game when it was kind of like over and they were just letting them go down the field to kill clock and move the ball. So it was a tough game to watch. I didn't think the commercials were all that good. I think the most interesting one for me was the Steven Spielberg movie, which I think was like the first commercial that they played. But, all in all, I'm glad Sam Darnold got the opportunity, to prove that he could win. And he did. But I just keep thinking, like, if they had scored 3 more times in the red zone, like, what would we be saying? This would have been worse than the Bears-Patriots Super Bowl, the 46-10 game. But, it was kind of ho-hum for me as Super Bowls go.
Mike?
Yeah, I agree 100%. And we were, we were texting about this on Sunday afternoon before the game even started, and the spread was only around 4.5 points or something. Because certainly you don't want to have a massive spread in a Super Bowl because then nobody's going to watch. But leading into the game, as I was thinking about it, and as we started texting, I remember texting the two of you and saying, I don't see how this game's not a blowout. How does New England even hang in there with them? Not even the Drake May injury, but more so how well Seattle had been playing, how good their defense was, and a point that Alex made a couple of times throughout the season where the Patriots really played a lackluster schedule and dodged a couple of bullets on their way to the Super Bowl. They went into Denver and they played against the backup quarterback. They had 2 rookie offensive linemen starting. And yeah, they were just overmatched. And Seattle, absolutely a worthy champion, a great season for the Patriots. All of these, issues I mentioned notwithstanding, but the thing that kind of stood out to me a couple of days after the Super Bowl, seeing all of these videos on ESPN's app, and one of them was from Stephen A. Smith, and the headline said something about how Stephen A. Smith hasn't lost faith in Drake May, and I'm thinking, hasn't lost faith? It's the guy's second year, and he was tremendous this year. And to me, again, it kind of came back to all of these crazy hot takes. He's a great quarterback. He's going to be great. I'm curious to see how the Patriots will play next season if they get the equivalent of what the Giants had this year with their schedule.
Yeah. Which they won't. Because, the AFC, they really had to build the AFC up this year. Mahomes went out.
Yep.
Joe Burrow
was injured. Yeah. Lamar was injured.
Yeah, the AFC was terrible this year. Yeah. And you know what? The Patriots, they play in the AFC East, where you have the Jets and the Miami Dolphins that can't get out of their way, and you have the Bills, and I thought the Bills were going to pull it off this year, and they just didn't have the defense. They needed 1 or 2 more defensive players, and I think they would have gotten there, but the AFC is without Burrow and without Mahomes, there's nothing there besides Josh Allen, right?
The Ravens with all of Lamar Jackson's injuries were a disappointment as well, and it was a weird
Steelers with Aaron Rodgers.
The Browns are terrible all the time. The Raiders were atrocious. A lot of bad teams. Yeah. And I agree. The commercials is generally a highlight for me because I don't often have a dog in the fight when it comes to the game, since the Giants stink. And none of the commercials really stood out to me. I feel like I was almost walking around the house when commercials came on, completely disinterested. The halftime show I thought was very high energy, even if I don't know any of Bad Bunny's songs, but kind of cool to see such a high energy show. And I remember thinking when the show was starting, hey, this guy's from Puerto Rico and he's the biggest star and he's doing the Super Bowl. I said, Ricky Martin must be so pissed. And then out of the bushes he comes, and I turned to my wife and I said, is that Ricky Martin?
Yeah, he did a good job. Ricky did a good job.
Yeah, and sure enough, because remember, he was in the early 90s or whatever that was. He had Livin' La Vida Loca, which was a huge hit. Not enough to get him the Super Bowl halftime show, but a big deal. Bad Bunny, I guess, eclipsed the Turning Point USA Lip Sync Fest with Kid Rock, but the show, the halftime show, kept my interest from the perspective of the colors, the set, and the energy, even if I don't speak enough Spanish to make it relevant to me.
Yeah, so, and the vibe, it was good.
It was like a cool vibe.
It's probably good that you didn't speak Spanish because
apparently there were a lot of curses in it, right?
Basically, it was like a new version of NWA. Like if we had NWA.
It did, I love that. After the fact.
So so there were actually at least 3 ex-Jets who were on the Super Bowl team. Darnold, the kicker, and also Leonard Williams, who was also an ex-Giant too. So hey, they got to get their championship if they weren't going to get it on the Jets.
Drew Lock.
That's right, Drew Lock. Yes, back up to Darnold.
Yeah, they were like friends in high school or something like that. So it was good to see Darnold. I'm actually he really justified himself. That you don't always see a guy who hits that low get a chance to come back and hit that high. So it's a good thing. He played very well. The first half he was escaping a lot of times where they almost had him so many times.
You're right.
And that's why I thought, in a lot of ways, if he had made that other touchdown pass that There was who I don't know who it was wide open one time, and he overthrew him a little bit. If
Yep.
he had made that second touchdown pass, he would have gotten the MVP. But um,
And Jackson Smith and Jigba broke away once, and
Mhm.
he threw it, and it would have been like a 70-yard touchdown pass.
yeah,
Too.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, besides that, he played. I think he played a good game. He was actually he had pinpoint passes. He did the right thing. Um, here's one that Stefan Diggs, who talks the talk and was really talking it up. That guy was a bum. He
Yeah.
really did not play well until the fourth quarter. He picked up some meaningless yards. He really played bad, and he was the guy who was talking the talk all the time. So that was interesting. I am actually surprised. You know who's coming out? Who's starting to be a good receiver? Is that guy Mac Collins? He was kind of like a freakazoid in a lot of ways.
Yeah, he was on the Bills for a number of years.
Yeah, he comes to every game barefooted and stuff.
Yeah.
But he's a darn good receiver, and he
He is
made
a
a
good
lot of
athlete.
clutch catches in that game. He was like their best player. He was probably their best offensive player in that game.
Yeah.
Oh, you know who was very good, and Alex had mentioned this when we were previewing it. And like I said, I didn't watch every second and every play, but when I was watching, Christian Gonzalez was terrific.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
He was.
I mean, man, that guy gets in there at the last split second to knock passes away. Like
he
he's
saved
terrific.
four big plays.
Yeah.
Yes, very good player.
Yeah, they've
Yeah.
talked about that. How like there was four times they could have actually scored four more times if it would.
Yes,
But hey, the Seattle defense is really good. Their front line is just like it's one after the other. And if you look at it, the sacks were all spread apart. There wasn't one person that got so many of them. A couple guys got two, and they set the record for most sacks. They were going after these guys after
yeah.
May. And
Will
May's pretty
Campbell
athletic.
gave up 14 pressures.
Oh, that poor kid, rookie,
Yeah.
right? He
Yeah.
looks like a kid, man. He was
Yeah.
overwhelmed. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
tough.
It's tough, man. Those guys are tough. So, hey, hats off to the Seattle Seahawks. That great fan base. They deserved it. I have to tell you, they were the best team of that day. The best team won the game. There's no doubt in my mind. There wasn't any.
Yeah.
The referees did not bother anything. That you notice how there was hardly any calls until like the
Yeah.
fourth quarter. There was a couple.
There were a few missed calls.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, wait,
Even in the playoffs, there were a lot less flags in the playoffs than during the regular season.
And I kind of like that.
Yeah.
The game went very fast. That was another
Yeah.
thing too. The game was quick. I was home early that night, and I was at a bar, so like it's that's an interesting thing. But again, good game. As far as Bad Bunny goes, the choreography and the sets were amazing. They were beyond amazing. They were so good. I mean, the music is the music, and it's every song sounded exactly the same to me. But that's what people say about some of the music I like. So, but anyway, but Bad Bunny, hey, hats off to him. He got some good people to come in there. He did a good job. People seem to like it, but I noticed from pictures of the fans, like none of the people in the stands were dancing much, which was kind of interesting because they probably didn't know what was going on. And a lot of people didn't know the songs, but I did see a clip before the Super Bowl when they asked a bunch of players, what was your favorite Bad Bunny song, and most of them were like, none.
That was a great video you shared with us too, Brian, because the one guy said, "Oh, I don't really have a favorite song, but she's really talented."
Yeah.
And the first guy said, "Come on, bro." He's like, nobody's got a favorite.
He's got it. He's got a very unique fan base. But let me tell you something. Whatever, he did a good job. It's a tough crowd to get somebody that everybody's going to like is almost impossible. Even though I feel Ricky Martin would have been a pretty interesting choice to sing some of his songs because he would have gotten the place jumping, and I think his music kind of transcends a little bit more. But whatever. People know who Bad Bunny is now. No one really knew people knew who Bad Bunny was, but not as now. Everybody knows who Bad Bunny is. So if anything, the guy's out there.
He's the biggest star right now,
which is amazing, isn't it?
Yeah,
because he doesn't even sing in English.
It also tells you how bad the music industry is too.
Yeah. Well.
But anyway, so enough. Okay, Super Bowl's over. So a real important thing to stay with football. A very, very important thing happened, and I just want to make sure that you guys are aware of this because. Did you know we had a death? There was a death of a famous movie or TV quarterback just recently. James Vanderbeek died. Did you see that?
Yes, terrible colon cancer,
Yeah, very sad, very sad.
which is becoming much more prevalent in younger people. So he was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer because he ignored some symptoms, thought it was just a coffee issue, and unfortunately, too far gone. Terrible. He and Chadwick Boseman, who played Black Panther, also died.
Yeah.
Far too young of colon cancer.
Oh, far too young. Yeah, and
Yeah.
yeah. Chadwick Boseman was amazing. He was the best Black Panther choice. He played that character so well. I'm not going to get into the Marvel stuff here, but just different podcasts. But Boseman was like the best. Now, so Vanderbuck was a really good. He was Jonathan Moxon of Varsity Blues, right?
Yes.
But who were your favorite? So I'll tell you mine. But who are your favorite? But I'll give you some time to think about this because I didn't give you a heads up on this. But who are your favorite movie or TV quarterbacks? And I'll tell you. I'm a big Shane Falco. Remember The Replacements? I love.
Yes, Keanu Reeves.
What? Yeah,
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah. And then that
Bryce.
was good. Paul Blake.
Yeah.
Paul. Wait, hold on. Paul Blake. What movie was that from?
Longest Yard?
No. Hold on. Paul Blake was in. I don't. Hold on. Why am I drawing a blank now? I knew it before. Well, okay. How about? Did you ever see Heaven Can Wait?
That's Warren Beatty. Great movie.
Yeah. So Heaven Can Wait was awesome, right? That was a great one. Reno Hightower in Best of Times.
Oh my God, Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell.
That's a great one. That is a great call, bro.
Yeah.
Reno Hightower. That's a great name too.
Then you have Uncle Rico, right, from Napoleon Dynamite. He could throw the ball over a mountain, right? So you got to
throw it a quarter mile.
Yeah. Paul Blake was Necessary Roughness was where
Scott Bakula, was he
Scott Bakula? That's what I was talking about. Yes. So what? You got Al Bundy, right? Al Bundy.
No, he was a running back, Brian.
Was he a running back?
He was a running back. Scored 4 touchdowns.
Okay, but another one of my big favorites, of course, is Paul Crewe, but
yes.
Burt Reynolds, not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not Adam Sandler. I love Adam Sandler, but not as a quarterback. Paul Crewe was the guy.
Well, was Charlie Sheen the quarterback in that movie Lucas with Corey Haim, which is an underrated movie from the 80s?
Oh, that's a good one. That's a real good one. Oh yeah, okay. I didn't think about that one. Lavender Williams and Wildcats.
Oh, that was the Goldie Hawn movie.
Yeah, and
that was a really good movie.
Yeah, very good. Seth Maxwell and North Dallas 40. North Dallas 40 was a darn good movie too. Yeah, so those are. I was trying to think of as many of any other ones I'm thinking.
What about Well, didn't James Vanderbeek come in as the backup to Paul Walker? Wasn't Paul Walker the quarterback originally?
Yeah, Paul Walker got hurt. Right, he ripped up his knee. Right.
What about Sunshine in Remember the Titans?
Oh yes, that's a great movie.
Yeah,
another great movie.
I forget.
I'll tell you, one of my least favorite quarterbacks is Willie Beeman in Any Given Sunday. That movie, I can't stand that movie. I think it's a terrible movie.
How about Johnny Utah? Remember what movie is that one from?
Oh, that's Point Break.
Yeah, Point Break. Good job. Johnny Utah.
Below Con Air, by the way.
I don't think there was a Con Air movie. No.
What about Cush from Jerry Maguire?
Or Boomhauer from The King of the Hill? Right? He was a quarterback.
Was Boomhauer a quarterback?
Yeah, he was a Boomhauer. I was trying to make a list of all the quarterbacks I could.
There had to be a quarterback in Revenge of the Nerds. Who was the quarterback in that movie? Because that was the football team. Remember?
Yeah, I don't know.
Was it the dude from Happy Days? Was he the quarterback?
He might have been.
Right? Was he the quarterback?
I actually know one of the actors that was
Stan Gable, Revenge of the Nerds.
There you go.
That was in Revenge of the Nerds. He was one of the athletes.
Really? Was it Ogre?
No. He was like one of the better looking guys.
Really?
Yeah,
Was he a high school
he
buddy?
went to Red Bank Catholic. He my good friend. He was older than me. My good friend's brothers were friends with him. We used to hang out and party.
Really?
Yeah, he was really
Here's an
really good
interesting
guy.
one. Dizzy Flores from what?
Dizzy Flores.
Starship Troopers.
Oh.
Remember that?
What
How
about
about
Flash Gordon? Wasn't he a
Flash Gordon
quarterback?
was a quarterback. That's
He was
yep.
the Jets quarterback.
how about
Flash Gordon.
Joe Kane
Joe Kane was
from The Program?
The
Remember
Program.
that movie?
Yeah,
Oh,
the
James
program.
Caan.
Yep. Craig Sheffer was the actor. Joe Kane was the quarterback.
Craig Sheffer.
Yeah.
A
Very
popular actor from the 80s that just vanished. He was in a bunch of movies. Wasn't he like the he was the annoying boyfriend in Some Kind of Wonderful, a John Hughes movie, I think.
Yeah, he was. He was. Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah.
He was in A River Runs Through It.
Yeah, with Brad Pitt, that's right. Yeah.
But I'm still saying Shane Falco. Like if I had to put my team together, I'd pick Shane Falco.
Uncle Rico. I'm picking
Uncle Rico. He could
I'm
throw it
going
over
with Johnny Utah, despite the bad knee.
Johnny Utah because he could also surf, right? I mean that's
Yeah, and he is an FBI agent.
yeah. I'd be worried about. I'd be worried about Paul Crew throwing the game. So you never know. That's
Yeah.
But anyway. So that's a big. You think about this. That's a big thing. You had a sports quarterback pass away. I feel bad for him. James Vanderbeek was a good. I know that's
they set up a GoFundMe for him.
I know because
actors don't have great insurance, right, or any insurance. So he's got 6 kids He was living on a farm in Texas. So yeah,
Dawson's Creek is my wife's one of her most favorite shows. She has like the whole box set of every season, and she's seen it like I don't know how many times.
I never watched that show.
It actually the first 2 seasons are actually really good, and then it gets really really mushy and stupid.
And it jumps the shark like the Fonz.
Totally jumps the shark. My family. You can go downstairs and you're going to see a lot of Dawson's Creek, and you're going to see a lot of Little House on the Prairie. Especially now that they have a Little House on the Prairie station on one of the cable stations. It's like 24 hours of Little House on the Prairie, so she watches that all the time.
Little House on the Prairie channel.
Donna loves that. Anyway, okay, so that's going on. So, how about with the NBA right now? There's a lot of craziness going on. What do you think about the Knicks are starting to come back again? Alex, are you happy?
Yeah, they crushed the Sixers last night, and Jalen Brunson didn't play particularly well, but Jose Alvarado played great, and is really getting
points,
them.
Right?
What's that?
Did he have 26 points?
Yeah, I mean,
Really? Wow.
yeah, he couldn't. Yeah, he was shooting from 3, couldn't miss. Yeah, I mean, I think they kind of had a flubber the other night against the Pacers, and then they come back and they beat up on the Sixers. So we'll see. The NBA season starts after the All-Star game, right? That's when teams really start to put their lineups together and decide how they're going to attack the playoffs and with who, who's going to be what. But the Knicks have made a couple really good transactions. I've just talked about Jose Alvarado, which they got right at the trade deadline, and then San Antonio Spurs DFA Jeremy Shochan, so they picked him up.
The Knicks did?
Yeah.
That's 10 a great pickup, I think.
10 teams were in the running.
And who'd they drop?
I haven't seen that yet. I actually have been trying to figure that out, and I'm not sure. So I'll try to do the research again. I looked for it this afternoon. I couldn't find it, but I'll try to do it while we're chatting. And so they picked him up. So I don't know if there's a problem there. Why did San Antonio get rid of him? He's only 22, really high draft pick. Mike, I think Mike knows the roster of San Antonio better than I do. So maybe there's some insight there, but it's just a flyer, really. I mean, I just see it as a flyer for the Knicks. If it works out, great. They'll have a really strong second team, and
you need that in the playoffs. I think you need that, Alex. You need that in the playoffs. You need to bring somebody in, even if you have a lead. Like one of the things with the Knicks is if they had a big lead, they couldn't always, really expect their bench to
couldn't score. Their
Yeah,
second team never scored.
So now if they get some. Oh, this is good. I'm really. That was a smart pickup. How could they handle that money? I was surprised. That's interesting.
Yeah, that was a great pickup, and honestly, it pains me a little bit to say this, but I think the Knicks are now the favorite to win the East because I think what you've created with that second unit with Alvarado and Sochin is like a ton of energy and great defensive effort where you're not going to give up a lot of points with that second unit. And Sochin, I think, was a really good player, but he's just lost all of these minutes to Carter Bryan, who's like a second year player from Arizona, and they've got a great roster. I think the Spurs, when you look at them, and when you look at Jalen Williams' injury now for the Thunder, so he went down again with a hamstring injury for the second time in 4 weeks. They'll reevaluate him after the All-Star break. We talked about how the Spurs seem to have the Thunder's number, and I just feel like it's possible. It's so hard to repeat. You haven't had a team repeat in the NBA since, I guess, when was it, the Lakers in 09, 010,
No,
09,
the
10?
Warriors. Didn't the Warriors?
The Warriors, yeah. So it's been a little while. I think it's been like what 7-8 teams, 7-8 years consecutively where nobody's repeated. So I'm thinking it's going to get a little bit harder for the Thunder to repeat. The Nuggets are pretty good as well. The Spurs have gotten better, but in the East, with Jason Tatum practicing with the G League team, I would be content with him just sitting out the season. I don't like the move that the Cavs made for James Harden. I don't think that makes them better, but I think these shifty moves that the Knicks made with Alvarado and Sochin, I think make them the favorite, assuming that they don't have any injuries. They should be the team to beat in the East.
Yes. So it looks like the Knicks didn't have to drop anybody. They added him as the 15th roster spot.
Oh, because they hadn't filled the spot. Okay.
And they signed him to a minimum contract. So that's how the money works.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, because he's probably still getting paid. His other contract's still in effect.
Yep.
Yeah, this is a win-win. I think it's better for the Spurs because you cut bait with a guy that was, not a locker room distraction, but obviously disgruntled that he's not playing and he's so young, like you said, Alex, and they want to get Carter Bryant more minutes, which they're going to do. They've got tons of depth. Dylan Harper has been terrific for them. They've got Fox. They've got Harrison Barnes. They've got, Wemby's been playing at an MVP level. Devin Vassell. They've got a ton of good players on the Spurs. So this works out for everybody, I think, and it's a big improvement, I think, for the Knicks' second unit. I think they're looking good for you, Alex. I don't want to jinx
what do you think about this really shaky thing that happened? So Jaren Jackson Jr. was traded to the Jazz.
Yep.
And then he gets knee surgery and he's out for the season. So do you feel that the Jazz said, "Hey, I'll make this trade because I want him for next year. Let's take him now because I want to tank and get a good draft choice." So
the Wizards did the same thing with Anthony Davis.
Oh yeah,
yeah, but you knew not just trading for him right away. He's an instant injury every time he's there. But Jaren Jackson Jr., no one knew he was going to get this. This was. Well, I think it's crazy.
You don't think they knew? I'm sure.
I think they knew.
Yeah,
they knew, but I don't think.
Yeah. I think you have to disclose that type of stuff. And then the Jazz being the Jazz, hey, we're not going to make any progress this season anyway. Let's just have the surgery, shut them down, and who knows? They go into the tank. They could get one of the top 4 picks, which this looks like a really good draft at the top. Like 4 tremendous talents out there. Even if Caleb Wilson from North Carolina just broke his hand and he's out indefinitely. But the other 3 top players have all been fantastic if you guys have watched any college basketball. So the Jazz put themselves in a position where, they just drafted Ace Bailey. They've got Lauri Markkanen. They've got Jaren Jackson Jr. He's going to be out for the season. You come back with, a top 5 pick potentially, all of these guys getting a full training camp, and you take your chances next year, which I think the Wizards are doing as well. They've got Trae Young and Anthony Davis both shelved, and look, the Bucks may go into the tank as well. They may shut down Giannis for the rest of the season too.
Yeah, well, they got Thanasis though, so he could come out.
So they are tanking in other words. Give him minutes.
Well, I've heard there's a lot of things. If you go on there's an NBA chat site. I always go. It's an NBA rumor site. So it seems to me like a lot of people basically, if you wanted him, you had to bring his brother. Mm-hmm. And a lot of teams were balking at that. Because first of all, he makes way more money than he should. And but people were balking because they didn't want, basically you're picking up a bum and he's going to have to take, occupy that spot. He can't play, and he can't play. So, but that was another thing that people were trying. So, like if he signs as a free agent this year, that's going to happen. There's no way that any team's going to keep him. The Bucks are not going to keep the brother because just like with Bronny James, when LeBron retires, Bronny's gone. No one's going to pick him up. Do you think
I heard he's going to the Warriors, actually.
No, he's not going to the Warriors.
Steph is a big fan of Bronny's game.
I know. Speaking of the Warriors, I'm not. I know the All-Star game this weekend, and I don't really want to even bother talking about it because no Steph and no Cooper Flag. Right? Cooper Flag's not playing.
The All-Star game is this weekend.
All-Star game is this weekend. Yeah.
I didn't even know. I know they've been talking about it a lot with this whole world versus the American players. But I didn't realize it was this weekend. But yeah, that's a bummer about Cooper Flag because he's been very good.
Yeah. And then also, again, Steph is not playing. So okay, I'm not watching.
Well, LeBron's in though, Bryan. So.
Yes, I'm still not watching. No reason to. And Giannis is not playing. And De'Aaron Fox replaced him. And is De'Aaron Fox really having that good of a year?
Is De'Aaron Fox going to play for the world team or the American team? He's American, isn't he?
I don't know. Nowadays, I don't even know these things.
Yeah, because is Donovan Mitchell playing for the world team?
Is he Canadian?
No, he's like I think his mother is Dominican or Puerto Rican. So I think he was talking about maybe playing for the world team.
Oh, I don't know, but there was. Did you?
They should just go back to the East and West.
Yeah, I know.
They should just bag the whole weekend. And
no one cares. I just have All-Star Saturday night and not have the game. All-Star Saturday night is still fun, but okay. So how about Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame class of 2026 for the NBA? So I'll go through the list, and you tell me. Okay, first is Jennifer Azizi with WNBA.
Don't know anything about her. Can't tell me.
100% plays for Stanford. She should definitely be in.
Molly Bolin Kazmer, another. Don't know who she is.
Don't know who that is.
Tal Brody. I have no idea who Tal Brody is.
What?
Yeah, Tal Brody. Brody.
Are you making these names up, Bryan?
I swear to you, this is it. And then this one I know should be in. Elena Della Donna.
Yes.
She's 100%.
Yeah.
She deserves to be.
Perfect.
She's one of the greatest players in WNBA. Okay, now we'll go to
University of Delaware.
Yeah. She was terrific. Blake Griffin. Should he get in?
Jeez, my first reaction is yes.
No,
really?
Yeah.
My first reaction is no.
What did he ever do?
I mean, he was the best player in the league for a few years, minus LeBron.
Was he the best? The best?
I think so.
I don't ever think he was the best. They couldn't win. That team they had a lot of good players, and they couldn't win. He's a good guy.
Yeah, great athlete. I mean, Lob City and I don't know. I guess we always debate this with the Naismith Hall of Fame, and it includes their college career.
College was hurt all the time, right? I mean,
he was I don't know. I don't know. I think
I'm a no on him.
No,
I'm a no on him. But again, this might be such a bad class that he might get in. Okay, a lot of women. Shamike Holdslaw.
Yes.
She was great.
Okay, so there's two. I mean,
women are better than the men.
Jennifer is easy. There's three women that should get in. I really don't think Blake, but we could. Now, this guy, I actually thought he deserved it years ago, and he's been on the ballot for Kevin Johnson, KJ. Now, maybe he was more like before your guys' time. I do remember him.
No, I thought he was very good.
KJ was really good. Yeah.
Phoenix Suns, right?
Yeah. They got to the finals once with him, right?
Yeah.
He was on the Charles Barkley.
I think he's borderline more than Blake. Okay. The next guy I think totally deserves it for the whole body of work, Marcus Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
Bucks and UCLA.
Great UCLA player, and I thought he was excellent with Milwaukee.
Yeah, excellent with Milwaukee.
And he was exceptional in White Men Can't Jump.
Yes, he was.
As the guy who pulled the gun.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's going to shoot everybody at the player.
In the park.
Candace
Parker. He's going to shoot everybody.
Candace Parker.
I would say yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of there's only like 5 women that could probably get in.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the next one. This is a close to home one, and this is another borderline for me. Amare Stoudemire.
No.
I say no on him also.
Yeah, I say no. Okay, this next one, I 100% think a yes, but you might not think so. Buck Williams.
Buck's gotta get in.
And
I
how
thought he
is he
was.
still on the list?
I don't know why he's not in. Like everybody always says that when you bring up his name, they're like, he's not in. Like, yeah, Buck needs to be in. Buck was, you know, before Rodman, and he was the best rebounder that ever was. Like he was so amazing, and I don't know. I just can't believe he's not in.
Let me run Blake Griffin down for you guys.
Okay.
He was an all-star 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seasons.
Okay.
He was in top 10 MVP 3 times. He was top 3 once. NBA second team 3 times. NBA third team twice.
Borderline. I don't know.
I guess, and he was Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, he was Rookie of the Year. No,
which isn't that big a deal. But I mean, I
no,
guess if he was NBA first team 5 times, I would have said yes. Now I'm changing my vote. I think is a no.
He was a freak athlete, and he had a couple of injuries.
He had a lot of injuries. He had a lot of injuries. Yeah, without his injuries, he
played in a lot of games though. I mean, early in his career. 82, 80, 80.
He really wasn't a winner, though.
No, 75. But you don't need to be a winner. I mean,
no, you don't need to win a winner.
You want Buck Williams in the
Buck Williams he got the Nets very far. He got farther than he probably.
I think where Buck Williams really gained more of a higher profile was when they traded him to the Trailblazers, and I think he got the finals with them one year.
He did. He got it twice, I think, maybe. Yeah.
I just thought he was like the heart and
soul
was the
of best
the
net
Nets.
For many, many, many years. He was the best net by far. Even on their team that, with Michael Ray Richardson and Otis Birdsong, that probably in my opinion, and we can always go back and forth on this, the best net team that I remember. Besides, like, yes, the Jason Kidd team made it to the finals, but this other net team was just phenomenal. They just got stopped by a great team that year. But
is he the second best player to wear goggles consistently?
Probably.
Moses Malone?
Moses Malone.
Oh, I was going to say Kareem.
That's right. Moses Malone.
So maybe he's third.
So he's third.
Because Kurt Rambis is definitely fourth.
Yeah. He wore
glasses. He wore glasses.
Rubber band on the back. Mark Ivaroni wore goggles too. Yeah, for a while he did, I think. Okay, so here's the coaches that are up. Mike D'Antoni.
No.
I would say yes on D'Antoni because I know that he coached overseas and was very successful at creating that offensive system that he then brought to the Suns. And I think he had almost he's kind of like a contributor as well as a coach to the game. Like, I think he evolved the NBA at a time when the game was a bit slower, and he brought that what did they call it, like 8 seconds or something. Remember, they were getting shots up really quick.
He win a championship in the Italian league?
Yeah, he was an excellent player. I guess he's going in as a coach, right? But he was it's
a whole body of work.
He was an excellent player in Italy.
Yeah,
an excellent coach in Italy, and then he was an Olympic coach as well. I think
let him go into the Italian basketball.
I don't think he's in.
I say yes to him.
I don't know who this guy is. So Mark Few.
Mark Few is the coach of Gonzaga.
He's the coach of Gonzaga.
Oh, does he belong to get in?
I think he's accumulated enough wins and built that tiny school into.
But in a very easy conference.
Yes.
Besides St. Mary's, there's nobody else.
Yeah. Pepperdine and Santa Clara don't really push them.
Isn't San Francisco in it too?
Yes. Well, look, San Francisco's a
they haven't been good since Bill Russell was there. Yeah, San Francisco hasn't been there good since Bill Russell was there.
Yeah.
Well, they did get to the NCAAs with Todd Golden, who then parlayed that into the Florida job, where he won a national championship before Mark Few did, from the SEC, no less.
I know.
I mean, Mike D'Antoni's only won 670 games. Is that a lot? I don't know.
No, it's not.
It's a pretty good number, right? Like, if you win, it's like winning 50 games a year for 12 years. That's good, right?
but his winning percentage is just over 500. He's
That's because
5.
he coached the Knicks for a while, Alex.
I know.
You guys dragged him.
That's why. Why do you think I said no so fast?
It was a bad time in his career.
How about Dusan Ivkovic?
Don't know.
Dusanivkovic.
Sounds like a Serb.
I have no idea who he is. Okay, so he probably doesn't.
Oh, he's actually a basketball coach. So
Gary McKnight.
who?
Gary McKnight.
The R&B singer?
No, not him.
Oh, it's Bryan McKnight.
Yeah, Brian McKnight. No,
Who is-
Gary
how do you know who that
I
is?
have no idea who he is.
How many people are on the list?
A lot. Dick Mata. He better get in. That's
Mata.
a
But
no-brainer.
What has changed about Dick Mata getting in between this year and the last 20 years?
I don't know why.
Everybody that didn't like him has died, Alex.
Yeah.
What about it? Everybody that liked him died too?
Okay, how about
Mata?
Doc Rivers? How about Doc Rivers?
No.
No, I am a hard no on Doc Rivers.
Yeah. He's,
I mean, he got the Celtics.
How about his whole body of work, though? So if you talk about his college career, where'd he go?
Notre Dame.
Marquette?
He
Notre
went to
Dame.
Notre Dame.
Okay, then the Hawks. He was a good
Yeah.
player with the Hawks. He wasn't great.
He was
And coach. No.
coached
Did he
the
win a
Magic.
championship? Did he win a
And
championship?
And the Celtics team that he coached had
he won a
Paul
championship.
Pierce,
with the Celtics,
Kevin
right?
Garnett, Ray Allen.
okay.
So I say no.
Kelvin Sampson.
Whew. Kelvin
That's
Sampson.
a good one.
Yeah.
He's still coaching though, right?
Doing
but
a very good job at
you can still
Houston
be
with a
Houston.
limited NIL budget, yes.
Yeah. No
He's
money.
a very good coach.
He was complaining about it the other day.
Yeah, I know. He said we're poor.
Yeah. I got here. We were poor. We're still poor.
Yeah. Meanwhile, he's got like top 50 recruits somehow. So I guess they're taking all the money. I would say yes on him because of the overall body of work. He was terrific at Oklahoma. I think he stabilized Indiana, and then he brought Houston back to prominence. They've been one of the best.
I probably would go with that
defensive
too.
teams.
Jerry Welsh.
Don't know.
WELSH.
Sure, it's not Jerry West.
No, not Jerry West. He's in the Hall of Fame.
Jerry West. Yeah,
Welsh.
the logo is not in the Hall of Fame.
No, like Welsh, like Welsh's grape juice.
Jerry
No.
Welsh.
No, I think we're getting obscure here.
Okay, now the referee. There's one referee, Joey Crawford.
Absolutely not.
Yes.
No way.
Joey
He's
Crawford.
got to be in.
You think he's got to be in?
Yes.
Okay, Joey Crawford.
No, you might as well let Tim Donaghy in then.
Okay, the next one is, and
Not Frost.
I don't know who's on this. We probably have to look it up. The 1996 United States women's basketball team.
Yes, because I'm sure they won everything.
Really?
Yeah, Jennifer Azzi was probably on that team. Jennifer Azzi, this is how good Jennifer Azzi is. Do you know that woman on the UConn basketball team, Azzi Fudd?
Yeah.
She's named after Jennifer Azzi.
Oh, really?
Yes. So Jennifer Azzi, I think, played in the 90s for Stanford when Tara Vanderveer was coaching, and they had excellent teams. And then she played for a couple of Olympic teams. She was a point guard, Jennifer Azzi. I remember her as a player. She's a very good player. I don't know if the WNBA was around when Jennifer Azzi played. But yeah, I'm actually surprised that she is not already in the Hall of Fame. She was that good.
Who else is on that 1976 team, though? Do we know that?
1996 team?
96, yeah.
I don't know because I always have trouble recalling what era or what years the women's players played in. Like I don't remember. Like I know Elena Deladonna was a more current player. Shamiko Holtzclaw, I remember her. She played at Tennessee, but early 2000s, I don't even recall. So I don't know who else was on that.
Can I hit you with the Joey Crawford stat?
Yeah, go ahead. Then I have the roster from the girls. So go ahead. Talk about Joey Crawford.
Just one stat. He officiated in every NBA final series from 1986 to 2015.
Okay.
There were only 6 referees at the time. He had a 1 in
He
6.
only missed in 2007 due to suspension, which I don't know why he got suspended, but I'll look that up while Brian reads off.
Okay, so you ready? Here we go.
1996.
Here's the roster. I'll be telling you something. It's 100% yes. They better get in. Okay. Jennifer is easy. Ruthie Bolton Holefield, which I don't know who she is. Teresa Edwards. Venus Lacey, I don't know her. Lisa Leslie. Rebecca Lobo.
What?
Yeah. Katrina McLean, I don't know that. Nikki McCrae, who I remember Nikki McCrae.
Yep.
Carla McGee, Dawn Staley,
Oh, it's Staley.
Katie Stedding, and Cheryl Swoops. So
How are they
you got
not
Cheryl
in
Swoops,
the
Dawn Staley, Rebecca Lobo, Lisa Leslie,
Yep.
Teresa Edwards, and Jennifer Azizi. I mean, that's pretty much, yeah, that needs to be, that they have to get in.
And Tara Vanderveer from Stanford was the. How is this team not already in the Hall of Fame? Like, what is the criteria for this?
I don't know.
Why are you putting teams in the Hall of Fame, though?
I don't know.
Because that's the only way that Venus Lacey is going to get in the Hall of Fame.
So Joey Crawford got suspended, and I think we were talking about this in our last thing. He ejected Tim Duncan for laughing, and David Stern suspended Joey Crawford for the season.
For a season? For throwing Tim Duncan out of a game?
For the rest of the season and the playoffs that year. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I remember that now that I'm reading it.
That's...
Crawford issued 2 technical fouls to Tim Duncan, who was on the bench, claiming the player was laughing and acting disrespectfully.
Huh.
So
Duncan
the U.S.
ejection.
girls, this is their. So the U.S. girls beat Cuba, 101-84. They beat the Ukraine, another basketball powerhouse, 98-65. Then they beat one of Mike's favorite countries, Zaire, 107-47. How can they even 107-47? And then they beat Australia 96-79, which Australia is usually pretty good. They beat South Korea 105-64. Obviously, they were too tall for them. Then they beat Japan 108-93. They beat Australia again 93-71. In the gold medal, they beat Brazil 111-87. So they slaughtered everybody that tournament.
The dream.
I mean,
team.
every women's team should be in the Hall of Fame. Which women's team didn't slaughter everybody?
That's right, because we win all the time. Haven't we won like 8 straight golds or something like that?
Yeah, I think so.
But this team has like, this is like, I don't know. This is like almost a dream team.
Dream team. Yeah.
I mean, all the big names that I'm not big on. I don't know like a lot about women's college basketball until just the recent stuff. But these are all household names. So yeah, so they deserve to get in. They're in. I mean, I think so. Joey Crawford, them.
Well, Alex is putting Joey Crawford in addition to this Tim Duncan thing. He was one of the referees that filed false income tax returns for downgrading airline tickets that the NBA provided to him, pocketing the money.
Hey, they needed it at the time. They weren't getting paid.
Yeah, so he pocketed a bunch of money. He actually resigned from the NBA when this was happened in 1998. But David Stern, who should probably be the commissioner now with all these Adam Silver issues, David Stern reinstated him in 1999. So
yeah, Adam
everybody's got some skeletons in their closet.
No,
Yeah.
I know. Adam Silver has got to do something. He's got to. It's. The NBA
I think he's going to be gone.
I'm really upset about the NBA. I mean, it's crazy.
However, they never get rid of commissioners, though, Alex.
I know,
They don't.
because they're making so much money.
They're like Supreme Court judges. The league is making a ton of money. As awful as like we think he's being.
Yeah, but I think there's going to be a problem soon. I think again when LeBron retires and Steph retires, and you just don't have those. I don't care about the new guys. Well, Flag might be that guy, but there's not. I don't care what you say about Ant-Man or anything. They're not. They don't have that same type of.
But they will, Bryan, because what it happens every year, right? They said the same thing when Magic, and they make the next person. Like they made Jordan.
We'll see.
They make them because all the marketing goes to them, and all of a sudden everyone's buying, Anthony Edwards jerseys because he's on every main game, and that's just the way it goes.
Well, if he has any more kids, he can probably just have his kids buy them on. And,
I mean, I hate to say this, but I think any one of the three of us could be the NBA commissioner.
Oh, I
really?
Yeah,
really. I mean, I'm sure you're surrounded by really smart people, and you're making very few decisions, and you're just trying to keep the owners happy. I mean, that's But I think David Stearns really ran it.
Yeah,
he was the man.
You could create a nice rivalry between Cooper Flag and Wemby
Yeah.
in the same state as well, which would be really
Yeah.
cool.
Or Con Knuppel,
Yeah.
Yeah,
who's
Concanipal.
totally
Yeah, and
dramatic.
look, these four kids that are coming in, like Darren Peterson from Kansas is a tremendous player. Cameron Boozer from Duke, fantastic. AJ Dimansa from BYU. We'll see where the NBA helps these guys land to
Yeah. Exactly.
resuscitate
I
some
know.
franchises.
It won't be Washington.
Oh gosh, yeah, right. Like who do you want? Like, hey, maybe put a team in Seattle immediately and give them one of these. Give them
You
one
know
of
what
these.
solves it?
Well, when I was in
Relegation.
Seattle,
Relegation. I'm with you, man.
Relegation.
when I was in Seattle a couple of weeks ago, we went to the Space Needle, and which I remember the last time I was there was with Yasser. That tells you. But anyway, so
Hmm.
but we went to the Space Needle. It was a beautiful day. It was just a gorgeous view, and they had in downstairs in the gift shop, they had sports stuff, and they had a whole Seattle Supersonics section of shirts and everything. So it's funny they still sell a lot of stuff there. So guys, I know we're getting towards the end. Just one thing I want to let you know, and listeners too. So tomorrow, which is the 13th of
Friday the
February,
13th.
Friday the 13th of February, Topps Baseball, the new set is coming out for the year. Tomorrow's the day the first they come off the shelves. Topps is actually including 7, I think, chances to get a 1951 Mantle rookie card. So these
52.
basically you
Wasn't
can
it
get
52?
52. Okay, you get this little card, and it's a redemption card, and you send it in, and you get and they're gonna provide give you the card. So people are going to buy it. Like it's going to be like the lottery. People are going to go nuts tomorrow buying them.
Those 7 cards already know where they're going.
You
7
think?
tickets.
You think?
They'll give them to people.
You think
It's
so?
the way this works, Bry.
Yeah.
Didn't you remember the McDonald's monopoly?
Yeah.
That's the way this works.
So I shouldn't go out and buy my cards then. Okay.
I wouldn't go out and buy them thinking you're going to get it.
Yeah, I was going to go buy a stack tomorrow, but anyway.
You should. You should.
If you guys you have a chance, go buy them.
Maybe get a Cam Schlitt
with that
rookie card.
That Red Bank card shop there. They always have good stuff there.
Yeah, they do. That's pretty. They got a lot. They got a lot there. I was there. My little nephew wanted.
Yeah, I go there. I go there, and I bring my every once in a while lunchtime. I'll go over there, and I bring them like I'm still trying to get my 71 and 72 sets, and I gave him a list. But he comes back with some outrageous prices sometimes, and I'm like, ah. But if he gets me a decent price, I said to him, here's the deal. I got $25. See what you can get me. Here's 5 cards. Find $25. What you can do. And he comes back with 2, and I'm like, that's all you can get me 2 for $25. He goes, yeah. So he's way more expensive than anybody else, but he does have a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah.
So anyway, okay, great episode. Anything new going on next week for you guys?
Not for me. In kind of the doldrums at this point.
I'm going
just watching those Olympics, right, Alex?
Yeah.
That's it, baby. Every morning.
I'm going to Maryland for the weekend, but not you can't.
Wizards game?
No, that's well you can't because the NBA All-Star game is on, so can't go to that. Can't go to that.
Well, you can watch the Wizards in the All-Star game.
Are there
Who's in the All-Star game for the Wizards? No,
maybe there's an actual wizard.
It's Alex Sarr, and then maybe in the rookie game or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rising star.
All right.
Have a great week, everybody.
Be good.
See y'all.
This is Tom Carvel. Thank you for listening to 3 the Hard Way Sports Podcast. Remember to get a Fudgy the Whale or Cookie Puss for the next time you're sitting down to watch the big game.
No sé quién la dañó. Ella no era así, no sé quién la dañó.